So, we're diving into the ECB's recent stance on cash versus digital euro, and it's quite a fascinating pivot, right?
Absolutely. It's so interesting to see how they're not just ditching physical money, but actually um, complementing it with a digital alternative.
Yeah, exactly. The idea is that a digital euro won't uh, replace banknotes and coins, but it's like add another layer.
Right.
It's like having two pockets to keep your money safe.
Totally. It's like diversity in our wallets, right? Having both cash and digital means you're covered in um, various scenarios.
And the ECB is really pushing back against the rise of private digital currencies and stablecoins. You see, their argument is that by having this digital euro, they can ensure regulatory oversight and maintain payment autonomy.
Right? And that's huge because, like, without a state backed digital currency, there's always the risk of foreign digital currencies making um, too much of an impact on our financial ecosystem.
Exactly. It's like the ECB saying, hey, we still need a solid public alternative. And an interesting point was that cash is especially crucial in times of crisis when digital infrastructure might fail.
Yeah, perfect point. So, even as consumers get more comfortable using, say, stablecoins for everyday transactions, the ECB really insists that cash remains a pillar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It sort of reminds me of building a house with multiple backup power sources. You don't want to rely solely on the digital grid, you know?
I like that analogy. It's like if one goes down, you still have the other.
Right. And there's also that point about legal tender status. The ECB is saying all payment forms, the digital euro, banknotes, and coins, will have legal tender status, which reinforces consumer trust.
Yeah, trust is everything. But here's something to chew on. There was an ECB study that showed Europeans weren't particularly excited about the digital euro. So, despite the push, consumer interest might be lukewarm.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? It almost feels like a sort of uh, gap between the institutional push and consumer demand. It's like we have these brilliant innovations, but do people really need them?
True? And I wonder if that's partly because so many people have become so used to physical cash for everyday transactions.
Maybe, or perhaps it's about familiarity. People trust what they've always known, especially in times of uncertainty. And honestly, cash is tangible. It's right there in your hand.
True. And let's not forget, the ECB is also trying to address stablecoin dominance here. I mean, by offering a state regulated alternative, they can sidestep the unregulated, often risky, aspects of private digital currencies.
Exactly. It's almost like they're saying, we're giving you the best of both worlds, innovation with regulation. And that's crucial because, the global payment landscape is rapidly evolving.
Absolutely. And it's kind of like ensuring economic sovereignty in a world that's increasingly intertwined with digital assets.
Yep. And there's also this smart move to maintain payment autonomy. Having both cash and digital assets ensures that even if digital systems have hiccups, people can still transact.
Yeah, that's a smart safeguard. But let me challenge that a bit. Isn't it a bit contradictory to push for digital innovation and yet simultaneously champion the old physical money? It almost feels like they're hedging their bets.
That's a good point, but think about it. It's less about hedging and more about inclusivity. By keeping both, the ECB is addressing diverse payment preferences.
Inclusivity indeed. I see what you mean. Instead of forcing a complete switch, they're accommodating everyone. And that's pretty forward thinking in my view.
Right, exactly. And also, in international terms, having a robust, regulated, state-backed digital euro might reduce the reliance on non-European digital assets, like dollar-pegged stablecoins.
Yeah, and that's essential for economic stability, especially with the discussions about global coordination in regulating stablecoins. There's even the mention of a coordinated approach to limit the US dollar's dominance.
Spot on. It looks like the ECB is keen on ensuring that Europe doesn't just become a bystander in the global digital currency revolution, but a proactive leader.
And with that in mind, do you think this approach will encourage more people to eventually adopt the digital euro?
Possibly, but it's not an overnight shift, is it? It's gradually building trust while offering a digital option
Yeah,
for those
definitely
who
a
need
phased
it.
approach. And in a way, This dual system is like having both a sedan and an SUV in your garage. It depends on what you need for the journey, right?
That's a neat way to put it. Some days, cash is your trusty old sedan. Other days, the digital euro is your high-tech SUV.
I like that analogy. But here's a thought. If people keep showing little interest in the digital euro, could the ECB face challenges in getting widespread adoption?
Yeah, that's definitely a risk. And it's a bit like introducing a new gadget that people are skeptical about until they see practical benefits. The challenge is to make digital transactions as seamless and trusted as cash.
Well, if they can show that, for example, the digital euro works better during, say, power outages or network issues, those practical cases, then adoption might pick up.
True. And that's why the emphasis on dual availability is key. It assures consumers that nothing's being taken away from them. It's just an extra tool.
Yeah, that's really reassuring. Also, the whole idea ties back to maintaining European economic sovereignty, doesn't it? Even when global trends push for rapid digitalization, Europe still plans on keeping a firm grip on its core financial system.
Absolutely. And it's all about balancing innovation with reliability and security. Keeping cash in the mix is a nod to tradition, while the digital euro is a statement for the future.
Exactly. So ultimately, the ECB isn't pitting one against the other, but ensuring that both can coexist effectively. It's almost like a harmonious duet between the old and the new.
Right. That's the idea. Complementary, not competitive. And, well, that should help smooth out the transition in the evolving
Yes,
payment
definitely.
landscape.
It'll be fascinating to see how this approach unfolds over the coming years, especially with global shifts in digital payments.
For sure. And as always, keep an eye on how both cash and digital solutions adapt to real-world challenges. It's like watching a live chess game where every move counts.
Well said. I'll be paying close attention to these developments, and I'm sure many others will too.